Hello, everyone. My name is Olga CHERNYSHEVA, and I'm Chief Sustainability Officer at DressX. And I want to talk with you today about the Metaverse, how digital fashion influenced the Metaverse, the Meta Closet, and also the sustainability aspect of Metaverse and digital fashion. Um, as you might know, well, you all know about DressX. It's a meta closet of digital garments, and we do a lot of different things in this field. But sustainability aspect is a very important aspect for DressX since the beginning. I was one of the first hired person of DressX team and very happy about it. And we approach the sustainability since the very beginning. So we have a very big sustainability mission, and I think there are not so many people who are talking about sustainability in the metaverse. We all know that there are a lot of conversations. There've been a lot of conversations about the environmental footprint of the NFTs, but to take the metaverse and the digital fashion, which is a part of the metaverse, and also framing metaverse a lot, and to look at the sustainability aspect of the metaverse, it's actually there are not so many people. So when I started working at DressX and when we launched DressX, we were understanding that digital fashion might help the traditional fashion industry to change the environmental impact. We all know that the traditional fashion industry has been known one of the most polluted industries. There is huge problem with overproduction. We have all the mass market brands who produce hundreds of, well, not hundreds, but 10 or something around 10 collections each year. And they encourage us to follow some very short trends and change our wardrobe very fast. And we have also content creators, and actually our current economy is the content creator economy, and we have to adapt. But content creators, they need to appear in front of their audience with new looks, with something fresh every time. So they need to go and to buy new outfits, new looks. They collaborate with brands. So there are different cases where fashion industry is actually overproducing the clothes, and DressX was the alternative solution. We say we don't want to stop people buying clothes or companies produce clothes. We just say that there are certain use cases where you can buy, instead of physical clothes, you can go and switch to the digital. So this is one of the ideas behind DressX. And what I calculated is actually the environmental footprint of the fashion industry, digital fashion industry, and I compared with the traditional fashion industry. And the methodology showed me that by producing digitally, we can decrease the environmental footprint from the traditional fashion industry by 97% in terms of the carbon footprint emission, and we can save quite huge amount of water. So for example, to produce a cotton t-shirt, physical cotton t-shirt, we need 3,300 liters of water. To produce a pair of jeans, we need 7,000 liters of water. To produce digital jeans or digital t-shirt, we don't need any water, well, except for 2 liters of water, which our designers drink during the day. So we actually understand that there is a huge environmental impact for the traditional fashion industry. And the question for us right now, one of the questions and one of the missions of DressX is to create as many use cases and implement digital fashion many use cases as possible, to show to the traditional fashion industry how we can decrease production, how we can actually decrease the environmental impact from the fashion industry, but at the same time keep the trends, keep the consumers happy, and have this economy growing. And the answer is digital fashion. So what we are doing at DressX, we are actually building the meta closet, and you probably heard about different things which we are doing. Like we have the meta looks. This is what we started with when we put the digital garment on your look, on your photo, and this is how we propose the content creators to start thinking about, do you need a physical garment to go to the shop and buy to appear in front of your audience, or would you like to go and to try a digital garment which can decrease the carbon footprint of like this particular garment by 97%. Then we have augmented reality looks through DressX app, and then we're entering this metaverse or ecosystem of different virtual worlds. We have Roblox, we have Decentraland, Somnium, Special, Zipeta, Meta. And when I'm talking with people about the future of the fashion industry and the future about metaverse, what I'm saying that for me, what is like a dream come true is that we are thinking, when we are talking and thinking about our wardrobe, we are thinking beyond physicality. So we think, okay, how do you want to appear today in front of like for the world? Do I want to go out and wear something physical, but just which will last longer with a good quality and which is timeless? Or do I want to appear in front of my audience and wearing augmented reality look? Or do I want to go on the call and wear on the call the digital accessory which hides like some maybe not so great hair, or on the opposite, to make me even more beautiful or to show my mood for today? Or do I want to go to the Roblox or the Decentraland or to Meta and dress my avatar for the certain event, or just to create a fun content and share that content with my audience? So this is how I see the future wardrobe, and this hybrid physical and digital. Why is that? Because in this case, we can bring more consciousness in what we are doing in terms of the wardrobe, how we are buying, how we are choosing, and we can follow trends and some fashion trends with digital fashion in different variations on us, on our avatars, which are representatives of us, or just to appear in something physical and like timeless. So we are start building since the very beginning of DressX. We are start building different use cases where we can actually show to the fashion brands how digital fashion can help them to become more sustainable. And one of the greatest campaigns that we've done with Burberry and we've done with Farfetch is when we dress the influencers for the marketing campaign. So we had 20 influencers, we had 30 looks which we dress on the influencers, and that helped us to save 2.5 tons of carbon footprint emission. So imagine that you have influencers and you have to produce this clothes physically for them, and you have to send this clothes all around the world for these influencers. And on the other side, you have the photos of these influencers, and you dress them digitally. You produce the items digitally and you dress them digitally. And this is what we did. So we decrease on this very small case, on this small environment, on this campaign with Farfetch, we saved 2.5 tons of carbon footprint emission, which is for such small campaign is quite a lot. And we save 300 or 50,000 liters of water, which is like enough water for one person, for 20 people to drink for 24 years. And then what happened with this collection is that it was on demand for the physical production. So when the person wanted to buy the piece from this collection, they had to put a request. The item has been produced, and then it was shipped to the person. And for me, for the sustainability person, for someone who is advocating for the decreasing of the production of the physical garments and decreasing the carbon footprint emission, this is like the best case which can ever exist to show how digital fashion and meta looks can help us to decrease the carbon footprint for the brands just only on influencer marketing campaign. Another part of this metaverse meta closet is try-on, digital try-on with with artificial intelligence. So let's look at the example. So we have a retailer, we have an item which I want to buy, and I look at it on the retailer's on the website, and I want to understand how it's going to look like with my jeans or skirt or dress, and I'm uploading the photo, and within like 2 to 10 seconds, I'm receiving the result of me wearing this item. In this case, it's a bomber. It's a great tool, and what is actually what this tool does in terms of sustainability is that it helps user to make their choice of the clothing more conscious. And we have the research, different research conducted by different companies. Google launched, for example, their beta version of the digital try-on. They're showing that digital try-on can decrease up to 25% on the returns. And returns is a very huge problem for the retailers, not only from the sustainability point of view, but also from the business point of view. So you can engage your customers, you can provide them the tool using digital fashion, digital looks, digital services, which will help you to decrease the returns by 25%. So you save on the shipment back and forth, you saved on, again, on the production. And also you can gather the statistics and you can understand what your consumer prefer by looking at what kind of looks the user tried on the photos, what colors, what kind of like clothes, what is in trend right now. So it's shifting to the customer-driven collections, which will be popular, so people will buy them. So the companies can do the prediction and stop producing certain items of the clothes in bigger volumes, and those ones which are in trend, for example, to estimate the amount of the clothes they need to produce. So for me, this is another way how MetaLooks and digital fashion can help traditional fashion industry to shift to the more sustainable path. The next thing is AR looks, augmented reality. It's a little bit different in terms of technology and result and interaction with the technology. From the digital try-on, because digital try-on, this is what you do on the retailer website using your photo, you're uploading it, and you wait for the result, and the result is still. Using augmented reality looks help you to try the item in real life. You can record the photo, you can do the photo, or you can record the video. It's a great tool for the content creators to appear more creatively in front of their audience, and the result is instant. So you can share it instantly through different social networks. And why I think this is a very cool tool as well. Yeah, here you can see different variations of AR. But what we did with American Eagle, it was last year for the Earth Day, when we created a collection of 3 looks for American Eagle. And the looks, the jeans, were with the animation. So American Eagle is the company who is doing a lot of activities around sustainability, and because the main product is denim and jeans, I already gave the statistics at the beginning. To produce 1 pair of jeans, you need 7,000 liters of water. It's 2 times more than for the t-shirt. It's one of the biggest water consumers like in the fashion industry. It's not only like consuming, but it's also polluting the water, because they use a lot of techniques to color the jeans, to dye them. So it's actually very like heavy on water consumption. So American Eagle takes this issue very seriously, and they do different activities inside their production to decrease the amount of water they're using, try to recycle, to create different initiatives. So they wanted to talk with their audience, with their customers about this issue, and to bring the attention of what they're doing. So that's why we created these 3 pairs of jeans, which were available on the photo looks, meta looks, but also in AR with the water animation. So it was all about water. And we talked in our marketing campaign with American Eagle about the issues of the water consumption on the production of the denim, and how American Eagle tackled this. So long story short, we had this campaign running for 2 weeks. So the users were able to try these jeans for 2 weeks. And let's say that instead of trying digitally these jeans in AR or dressing them on the photo, the actual people go to the shops and buy the equivalent amount of the physical jeans. So what does it give us in terms of the statistics? We saved, so we have like X amount of physical jeans versus X amount of digital jeans, digital try-ons during 2 weeks campaign. And in this case, we saved 86 million gallons of water. Well, we calculated in gallons because American Eagle is an American company, and they use this. They use gallons to count water. But yeah, just to give you some kind of the reference, it's the equivalent of the amount of water enough for 3,000 people to drink during 158 years. Well, let's say 6,000 people who are drinking water during almost 80 years. It's a huge amount. How much water could we save by proposing this? The jeans were cool. People loved them because they had animation, they had fun. So instead of going and buying a new pair of jeans, they just had fun with digital alternative. They post the photos, they enjoy it, and they have the fulfillment that they bought something or they got something new. So that's why I think that I see on the statistics on every case we are doing how digital fashion helped to reduce the environmental impact from traditional fashion industry. And you would say, okay, you were talking mostly about web too, because I was talking about meta looks, which we dress on the avatars on the photos, or I was talking about augmented reality, but how it has the connection with the metaverse and like other spaces. Well, at DressX, we are building the NFT marketplace, which actually does this connection. We are building the meta closet, which is what I was talking about since the beginning. And how we're doing this, we are connecting everything using blockchain. So we have our NFT marketplace where you can buy NFT art piece. I'm sorry, it's this one. So you have the NFT art piece, which will be on your in your wallet, and you will see this very beautiful NFT artwork. And then what is happening? We are creating the digital version of this puffer, which, for example, you can wear on your photo, and then you can try it in AR. But how you can do it? You are connecting to the NFT marketplace with the MetaMask. So from that, you can order straight away from the marketplace your meta look. Then you are connecting with the same wallet to the DressX app, and you see in your NFTs this look, and you can try it. Then you go to the Decentraland, for example, and you connect the same MetaMask, and you see this wearable on your avatar, etc., etc. So at other spaces, at Somnium or Ready Player Me, where you can connect with your MetaMask, and if we are creating the item there, so you will be able, by connecting with your MetaMask, you will be able to see it. So this is how we are building the whole circle, the whole experience in different metaverses. So for example, today you want to appear in Tommy Hilfiger puffer in the central end, but tomorrow you will probably wear just the simple, well, very beautiful Tommy Hilfiger T-shirt, which doesn't exist in the digital space, but it was produced by Tommy Hilfiger. You might ask me why I'm so sure that people would actually like to substitute physical fashion, physical items, physical wearables with digital. Well, I'm a very curious person, and DressX is building something new. So we are trying to evaluate and understand our customers and how they are actually evolving over the years. So in the very end of 2020, we conducted a study, and we just asked some questions to our customers about digital fashion and digital garments. And at that time, it was more like photo looks, meta looks, but we even haven't started talking about NFTs in the end. Well, it was very, very beginning of NFT era. So, and you can see that in 2020, we have just only 21% of the respondents, the DressX community who were following us, who at least bought one digital garment. In 2022, we asked absolutely the same questions to our community. It's become bigger, so we got more answers, we get more diversity in terms of the users. And now we have not only meta looks, we have AR looks, we have NFT marketplace, we integrate Roblox, meta looks. So the community and the looks which we are providing become absolutely different. And right now, and in 2022, in the end, we had 52% of people, of respondents, who bought at least one digital garment. And you can see that in the end of 2020, we had just only 15% of people who bought more than 5 items. And in 2022, we had much bigger, like 28%, almost double of people who bought more than 5 items over the year. But that wasn't enough for me. So I wanted to understand how people react to digital fashion, to digital garments, if they already bought one. So I asked them different questions. If they're going to buy another one, and you can see that in 2022, 77% already are going to buy versus 54, which were in 2020. And this is actually the question I was really curious about. Do people agree if they can replace some real garments with the digital garments for their content creation? And we can see that 54% of people said that yes, they can, versus 38 in 2020. This replacement or displacement rate by digital versus physical is something which I'm very curious about, because it's well, from sustainability point of view, it will show us the dynamic, how we can reduce the physical production and replace it by digital production. But it's just also the idea behind how integrated the metaverse and digital fashion in human life. And you can see here, I asked them the direct question, if they think that digital garments could replace real clothes for the content creation. And you might see that 35 plus 19 say that it's about 44% of people said that yes, they believe that digital garments could replace real garments for the content creation. And that's great. But the other question I ask them is whether they actually start buying less physical garments. Well, so to understand if there is the second wave, so they're still buying the physical clothes, but at the same time they're going and buying digital garments. So I don't really want that to be. I want actually to decrease the number of the physical garments people are buying by digital. And 13% of people actually said and answered that they start buying less physical when they start buying digital. When I calculated, and this is a very good number, and I'm very happy about it, because when I started calculating the environmental footprint and the carbon footprint of the digital fashion industry, I found out that if we replace 1% of the physical production by digital production, like globally in the world, in this case, we can decrease the the carbon footprint of the traditional fashion industry annually by the carbon footprint of one of the European countries annual. So that's why this 13% gives me a lot of hope that we still can, in recent future, decrease the amount of the physical garments and introduce and become really familiar with the meta looks, where we can dress ourselves on ourselves, on our like self, which we have in the social media, with the human face or through avatars. Yeah, so I think this is my intake on the metaverse and how it's shaped with the digital fashion, and how it's can actually shape the traditional fashion industry and the sustainability aspects of these changes and this transformation. So if you have any questions, I would really happy to answer. And you can always check DressX's annual sustainability report on our website. Well, I can see that there are no questions at the moment. So maybe to wrap up, I would repeat that you can check the DressX sustainability report at dressx.com. What we also implemented to engage our customers more into the sustainability aspect, we added the environmental savings to each of the garments on our website, in our app. So when you are going into DressX ecosystem, you can select an item on your app, for example, and you can see how much carbon footprint you can save and how much water you can save by choosing this digital garment instead of physical. So I think I'm done, and thank you so much for listening.